everybody, it's Christine. I'm here to do a book haul. I didn't think I had that many, but I do get them on sale and from the Friends of the Library bookstore, so I'm not spending a whole lot of money. First off, if you can see these lines, they're from my sleep mask, so they'll go away over time as I wake up more. I'm going to do my Owl Crate books first because they're the easiest to get out of the way. And this is August. It's P.S. I Like You by Kizzie West. All I know is she writes song lyrics on a desk and comes back the next day and they're filled out more, and then the relationship starts from there. I'll read it, and if I don't like it or if I think it's too young, I might pass it on to my daughter. She might get a kick out of it if she ever sits down and reads. Sorry. Then I got Remade. It's a serial book. There's a whole bunch of different authors, so I don't know if each one writes one serial, but it's 15 serial novels or episodes, and they come out every week starting September 14th. It just says, you live, you love, you die, now run. Remade. Every minute, 108 people die. On October 14th, 2016, from 9:31 to 9:32, 23 of those deaths will be teenagers. Now they are humanity's last hope for survival. So that's cute. Now if I could only find the other 13 or 14, that'd be great. And then of course Kendare Blake's Three Dark Crowns came in the Owl Crate box yesterday. And I know it's three princesses. They all get I don't know if it's a special talent or a magical talent or something like that, and they all have to fight to, I wouldn't say death because I don't know, but they have to fight to the last one standing as queen. So that's always nice. And I didn't realize yesterday that the note that is written from the author has a copy of the map of the world on the back. But the map is included in the book. So that's cool. I love books with maps. So in August, we went shopping for the kids' clothing at Valley Village because we don't really believe in spending a whole lot of money on clothes that kids are going to grow out of next month. And I think in the States, the store is called Savers. But it was, you buy 4 books, you get the 5th one free, and all the books are at least half off, if not more. So I finally was able to pick up Cinder, book 1 in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I've already read this, but I do want to collect it, so there's book 1. And you know that's a Cinderella retelling. And then I seen on Gwen, from Gwen W's channel, she was talking about September by Rosamund Pilcher. And I think my mom read this, or read her years ago. I haven't read anything by her, but I picked it up. I seen it, so I figured I'd pick it up. I think it's like a epic family saga. I'm not sure. Set in Scotland. The novel begins in May as invitations are being written for a party in September. September is an extraordinary month in Scotland, when a brief but glorious summer is ending and the long grey winter has yet to begin. So there's that. And then I picked up Kristen Hanna's The Things We Do for Love. I've just been seeing her a lot more and more, and the youngest of 3 daughters, Angela Desaria Malone, was always the princess of the family, a girl who thought she knew how her life would unfold. High school, college, marriage, motherhood. That was how it had gone for her sisters, her cousins, her friends. But it didn't work out that way for Angie. She and her husband tried desperately to have a child. Year after year, their perfectly decorated nursery remained empty. Finally, their marriage collapsed under the weight of lost dreams. I only like to read like the first little paragraph of the synopsis just to get an idea. So because I find a lot of synopses tend to spoil. And then I, of course, picked up The One Missing Book, and it's book 2, 50 Shades Darker by A.L. James. So now my collection is complete. They're all in perfect condition, and I paid a fraction of the price for it. Yeah, so there's that. And the one I got for free, I seen this, and I haven't read anything by her. I have not read the Grisha trilogy, so I figured I'd pick this one up just to have, in case I do like the Grisha trilogy. But it's Six of Crows with the black pages, and it's hardback. So all I know is it's a heist novel, but then I've heard otherwise that it's not really a heist novel, so we'll see. It's just plain black. But I am noticing that there is a map. So I got that one for free, or whichever one was cheaper, I think. And then we went to the Friends of the Library bookstore, and yeah, we found a few. So all of these, well, not all of these, all but 2 of them were $1. So we finally found book 1 in the Pretty Little Liars series called Pretty Little Liars by Sarah Shepard. My library has everything on the shelves but this one. So we seen it, we grabbed it for $1. My daughter loves this series, so I'll just read this one and then I'll pass it on to her. Then I found Martian by Andy Weir. I know he gets stuck on Mars and he's quite funny and there's a lot of sides in it, but it's not overbearing. So I've been looking forward to reading this. I might read it in November because October is spooky month, so. Then I found, oh no, this one was for free. Sorry, we'll go with that one later. Broken Doll by Burl Barber, an innocent victim to a depraved killer. It's a true crime novel. It's pretty hard to find mass market true crime on the shelves in the bookstore because they go really quickly. And it takes place in May 1988 in Everett, Washington. 4-year-old Feather Rayer disappeared while playing outside after dinner. Her frantic cries drew Feather's mother to the dark garage that was home to Richard Matthew Clark. Clark had stolen the child, bound and gagged her, and began to undress her. Only at the last instant was the little girl saved by her mother's desperate intervention. The next victim wouldn't be so fortunate. So, yeah. I love my true crime. I don't know what it is. But then I seen this on the shelves for $1 each, and I had to grab it. And it was the entire Gemma Doyle trilogy. So I paid $3 for this entire trilogy. And it's A Great and Terrible Beauty, Rebel Angel, and The Sweet Far Thing. And they're all by Lila Bray. And I loved her Beauty Queens. And these are historical, so which makes it all the better because I love historicals. I'm not quite sure if it's just like a historical story or if it's fantasy or Gemma Doyle isn't like other girls with impeccable manners, who speak when spoken to, who remember their station, and who will lie back and think of England when it's required of them. No 16-year-old Gemma is an island unto her. No 16-year-old Gemma is an island unto herself, sent to the Spence Academy in London after tragedy strikes her family in India. Lonely, guilt-ridden, and prone to visions of the future that have an uncomfortable habit of coming true, Gemma finds a chilly reception. But she's not completely alone. She's been followed by a mysterious young man who warns her to close her mind against the visions. So it might be not paranormal, but supernatural. I'm not even going to go there. Then we've seen The Most Dangerous Animal of All, Searching for My Father and Finding the Zodiac Killer by Gary L. Stewart with Susan Mustafa. And I don't know when this was published. 2014. So it's got pictures in it, and I think, yeah, pictures. And of course, it's a see-through cover. So that's pretty close to looking like the Zodiac, anyways. So we'll see. I've read other stories like of Zodiac. It's, the true crime. And this one makes me so happy. My favorite princess of Disney of all time is Jasmine and Aladdin. I love Aladdin. And I found The Arabian Nights, illustrated by Renee Bull. I think we paid 50 cents for this because it's a children's book, they say. And of course it's illustrated. But yeah, I don't know, there's something about that I love Arabian Nights. So I was so happy, and it's so pretty to grab it. And then outside the Friends of the Library bookstore, there's a cart that always has free books. So I picked up Cheryl St. John's The Lawman's Bride. It's a historical romance, Western historical romance. So Sophie Hollis could charm any man. Kidnapped as a child, sold to a con man, she'd fast learned how to sweet-talk her way out of trouble. Now all Sophie wanted was to be left alone to build a new life, one that was honest and decent, based on truth, not trickery. So there's those. Now these two, I had talked about this before, that our library has these cards, punch cards, that if you borrow 5 books or more, you'll get a punch. Depending on who it is, sometimes if you borrow 10 books at a time, you'll get 2 punches. A lot of times they'll only give you 1 punch. But you get 10 punches and you get a free book. So I had a full card, and I see this sitting in the shelf that they have the free books for. And I've read it already, but it was my sister-in-law's copy. So I seen this, I had to get it. And it's The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton. It's present and past book. The daughter, what's her name? I forget. Cassandra, her granddaughter. Cassandra has left this cottage when her grandmother dies, and she has to go back and kind of take care of it, get rid of the stuff, maybe sell it, live there, she's not sure. And she comes across a suitcase, I think, and she learns about her grandmother's early life, because her grandmother would never talk about her early life. And then it goes back to her grandmother when she was younger and what happens with her. And it's a really good story. It took me a little bit to get used to the writing. But once I got into it, it was great. So yeah, I grabbed that one. And then my mom had a punch card. And she didn't see anything that she liked. So I seen this one and I grabbed it. And it's lovely, shimmery. It's Beautiful Ruins by Jess Walter. From the moment it opens on a rocky patch of Italian coastline, circa 1962, when a daydreaming young innkeeper looks out over the water and spies a mysterious woman approaching him on a boat, Jess Walter's Beautiful Ruins is a dazzling yet deeply human roller coaster of a novel. From the lavish set of Cleopatra to the shabby revelry of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival to the backlots of contemporary Hollywood, Beautiful Ruins is a gloriously inventive and constantly surprising. A story of flawed yet fascinating people navigating the rocky shores of their lives while clinging to their improbable dreams. And I think it just goes back to kind of like the Hollywood sets and stuff like that. But this cover is gorgeous. And some of you probably, well, most of you don't know this. I took Italian in high school. I did my mandatory French. Hated it, even though I am French. And a lot of that has to do with the teachers too. But my Italian teacher was straight from Italy, and I fell in love with Italy. So that's like my bucket list, is to go to Italy. We were supposed to in high school, but the school denied us because the band needed their 5th trip of the year. So, yeah. So that is my massive book haul. I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it. Like 4 were free. The rest were $1. So I don't foresee getting any more books in the future, but I usually stumble into the Friends of the Library bookstore, and if I have a few dollars kicking around, I might. But yeah. So let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Hello, I'm back again. I always seem to forget something. I try and get this done before hubby comes home, and then I didn't have it in front of me, and I forgot. I'm so sorry. Mrs. M sent me a little thing yesterday, and like I knew, well, I didn't know it was coming because she's been sending me postcards from a trip. Her trip, sorry, to Iceland and Sweden. So, like, I love these. I love getting, postcards from other parts of the world. I don't get to travel that much. So, and I thought I'd really quickly show that afterwards. So, I will open it now. And try not to show. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and another postcard. Thank you, Mrs. M. Oh, that's beautiful. I've never seen the Aurora Borealis. We have them here. I've just never been able to see them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been wanting this, and it's straight from Iceland. Oh, thank you. Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Northern Iceland, 1829. A woman condemned to death for murdering her lover. A family forced to take her in. A priest tasked with absolving her. But all is not as it seems, and time is running out. Winter is coming, and with it the execution date. Only she can know the truth. This is Agnes's story. And I think it's about the last woman to be executed in Iceland. So thank you. Oh, I love it. I've been wanting this one. I don't know how, but thank you. So yeah. And a lot of you have, made comments about my late best friend. And last year would have marked her 40th birthday. And last year also marked the year where she was gone longer than she was alive. But I don't want her named. But this is my best friend. So that's her. So thank you for all the kind words you've said about me losing her. I mean, I named my daughter after her completely, her first and middle name. So yeah, she was a big part of my life for almost 5 years, and we were closer than sisters. We were just, yeah. So thank you so much for all your well wishes and your kind words. They were very much appreciated. And thank you, Mrs. M, for your gift. I just feel bad that I can't reciprocate right now. Maybe someday I will be able to. But right now I'm also going through a big family or life decision, and I've made the decision, but I'll talk more about that at a later date. And I will talk more about that on my other channel, which is my weight loss channel. So yeah, that's it for now. Bye.